Hey guys, Darth Prox here, bringing you another episode of Boom Beach Blaze to Glory. I don't even have that much to say about this one, guys. You've seen me use this combo before, but I thought it was good enough to make a video because as you can see, it's 10 ice statues, 2 boosted. This is a global leaderboard player who evidently has decided to go all defense at probably what I think will probably be the end of his push. So, as long as he's in the player pool, guys, I'm going to have to take down bases like this. And here's what I did. I launched 2 heavies, 3 boats of ZOOKAs, 1 boat of CRYONEERS, and the other 2 boats of heavies all over to the side. Uh, you know me, guys. I love to hug these walls. A lot of guys like to take paths up through the middle here and end up maybe back here. I prefer to hug the walls. I've got this pattern down pretty good. I know how to put them right where I want them and basically explode my hookah out. And then fight the base very much as you normally would. But because of where I position them, they'll be taking out the shield generator along the way. As you can see, I get them all the way to the back right corner of this base. Keep them in a tight group. Very little damage done to any of my troops. I'm pretty happy about my positioning. Now, a heavier or 2 or 3 or 4 pop out of the smoke first, so the shock does go off on them, but that's not that big a deal. All it did was really shock a bunch of heavies. Now, that shock got a few ZOOKAs, and that's problematic. I was hoping the critters would keep the shock off of it, but they didn't. I went ahead and laid down a shock bomb on top of that shock launcher and boom cannon. The CRYONEERS are doing a good job of freezing the defenses. I'm able to pick and choose my shock bombs. This time I put one on the boom cannon and shock blaster. As you can see, my ZOOKAs have really concentrated on the lower portion of this map. I've got a huge group of heavies, 1 CRYONEER and 1 ZOOKA up there working on the shield. And that's odd, and that's not how I planned it, but in this case it'll work, guys. As soon as that shield pops, I throw 1 more critter pack and flare the HQ. The ZOOKAs form up in a half circle around the HQ, so nothing's able to concentrate and get them all in one shot, and boom, guys, down it goes. 10 ice, 2 boosted. I was gonna end the video here, but I'll tell you, this that raid went so well that I decided to keep on with my heavy ZOOKA cryos, and the next base I had was another center base, 4 ice, all of them boosted. So, in this case, this is one of the rare cases, guys, I usually prefer. It's easier for me, at least, to smoke up the right side of a base. But look what he's got. All these buildings over there that just... my hookah would never be able to eat its way through before my shocks and critters became so expensive, and I hadn't... it just wouldn't work out that way. This is a left side smoke for sure. But otherwise, it's much the same attack in reverse. Again, in this case... you can see I launched such that my ZOOKAs would all be over on the left, and these heavies who are exposed somewhat in a little gap there, it's just heavies, guys. None of my ZOOKAs got hit by those stray rockets and bullets and all these other things that were tagging the heavies a little bit. And now I've got everybody perfectly under smoke. Only 1 heavy with any kind of serious damage. And I'm liking my positioning again. You can see there's a couple of stragglers who got shocked back there. That one's going to die. This guy's going to turn around, but he's actually out of range. I throw a critter pack with a shock on top of it to neutralize the shock launcher, the boom cannon, distract the shock blaster, distract the rockets, and now, after taking out those economy buildings up top, my hookah's going to come on across this base like a wave, just like I wanted them to, guys. In this case, once again, the majority of my ZOOKAs have stayed low. I do have a few up top, but I'm really having to watch what the bottom half is doing. And see, I have less heavies down here than I'd really like to have. There's boom cannons down here. Rockets are just raining down on them. And I start using med kits to protect my ZOOKAs. And look, they're taking rocket after rocket after rocket because the heavies are too close to attract those rockets. And that med kit is protecting them. The CRYONEERS have it frozen, so it's firing at half speed. Finally, I flare the HQ before those guys have even really gotten to work on the shield, because these ZOOKAs have almost gotten through it by that point. Now I've got the heavies down here that I need to take those last few rockets. Boom! Man, what an adrenaline rush. This is kind of a Yahoo technique, guys. It's It's a hookah Hail Mary, if you will, but it can take out some big ice. I hope you liked this video. Like it if you did. Don't if you didn't, but whatever you do, keep a booming.